Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? We're beginning the program. It's my honor to introduce our MC this evening, straight from the Windy City of Chicago, Brother John Manis. The Grand Secretary of the Maids of Athena, Christina Savida Mamunis. Sun Supreme President Alec Economakis. Her Excellency, the Ambassador of Greece, Ekaterini Nassika. His Excellency, the Ambassador of Cyprus, Evangelos Sava. Daughters of Penelope, Grand President Margaret Dreitzis. Canadian President Emmanuel Constance. Past Supreme President and current Chairman of the AHEPA Foundation and the Board, Nicholas Karakostas. Our 2025 Academy of Achievement Award winner, Dr. Michael Rubin. New Hampshire Congressman and 2024 Pericles Award winner, Chris Pappas. Florida Congressman, Pericles Award winner for 2002, Gus Bilirakis. And our 2025 recipients, Congressman Michael Charidopoulos from Florida, Congressman Jimmy Patronis from Florida, and Congressman Ryan McKenzie, Pennsylvania. Chancellor of the Archdiocese, His Grace Bishop Papazafiropoulos. And if you'll all rise, please, the Supreme President of the Order of AHEPA, Savas Tsivicos. If you'll remain standing, will join me, please, in honoring our nations. The first anthem will be the Greek anthem. Now the American anthem, please. I'd like to invite His Grace Bishop Nectarios for the invocation.
Χριστός Ανέστη εκ νεκρών θανάτων του πατήσα και ζήμα ζωή χαρισάμενος, Χριστέ ο Θεός, ευλόγησον τη βλώση και την πόστη σου πάντοτε νυν και αεί και σε αιώνας θεμή. Christ our God, bless the food and drinks of these your servants for your holy, now and forever, and unto the ages of ages. Amen. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. We have a long program this evening, so I'd like to get it started as quickly as possible before we have the dinner presentation. You'll all look at your program books. Our first speaker this evening is a friend of mine for more than 45 years. We grew up together in the Suns. We hung out together in the AHEPA. And through the years, he's shown tremendous leadership and fortitude and helped AHEPA become what it is today. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas A. Caracosta, past Supreme President.
Thank you, Basil. Your Grace, Mr. Supreme President, Your Excellencies, Honorable Ambassadors of the Hellenic Republic and Cyprus, distinguished members of Congress, honored guests, AHEPA family and friends. On behalf of the AHEPA Foundation, Inc., and the AHEPA family, it's my distinct honor and pleasure to welcome you all here tonight for this banquet. We cannot thank enough the efforts of our Supreme President, Mr. Savas Tsivikos, for his vision, his foresight, and insisting that we must have this banquet every year and not just every other year. For the AHEPA has 100+ years of history, and in fact, will continue that history for another 100+ years through this AHEPA Foundation, Inc. Thank you. The AHEPA Foundation, Inc., and you'll see these cards on your tables, was established in 2011 when I was Supreme President with then Chairman of the Board, past Supreme President, Brother Frank Manos from Ohio, with a vision to have an endowment established so that we can perpetuate the great work of AHEPA into the future. And here we are 14 years later, and we've accomplished so much, as you can see from this brochure, but specifically, all the philanthropic work, all the charitable donations, all the disaster and emergency relief that we have accomplished is because of the AHEPA history. And because of that, last year in March, an anonymous donor gave the AHEPA Foundation, Inc. over $17 million in just one donation. And since then, we have been the beneficiaries of other donations, one of which was from our brother E. John Roupakis from the West Coast, who just bequeathed, God rest his soul, $685,000 to the AHEPA Foundation, Inc. And this is just the beginning. So please, so we can continue the work, the great work of AHEPA, as Savas always says, we have to be ready for the next 100 years. Please donate generously, whether it's now, whether it's in your wills. I don't wish anybody to die, but we all have to make a plan for that at some point in our lives. Please think of the AHEPA. I am a beneficiary of the AHEPA. I'm a lawyer. I'm successful today because someone in the AHEPA mentored me throughout this process, and that was 35 years ago. So I'm the benefit, and as I stand here today, AHEPA is my hobby. I don't fish, I don't golf, I don't go anywhere other than AHEPA. That's my hobby, so thank you. It's my honor tonight to introduce some special guests. So please stand as I call your name. We'd like to welcome Steve Beck, the CEO and President of AHEPA Senior Living. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for your sponsorship. And please thank our chairman, past Supreme President, Brother Ike Goulis, for his contributions through the AHEPA Senior Living. Mr. Dan Marashian, the CEO of the B'nai B'rith, which is our brothers. It's the Jewish AHEPA, right, Dan? Thank you, Dan. Aram Champarian, Executive Director of the Armenian National Committee of America. Thank you, Arman. Arthur Demopoulos, Executive Director of the NHS. Thank you, Arthur. Nick Laragakis, President of American Hellenic Institute. Thank you, Nick. Sarah Chamberlain, President and CEO, Republican Main Street Partnership. Alexandros Kostopoulos, Secretary General, American Hellenic Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, Alexandros, for being here, all the way from Greece. Mike Manitos, the new Executive Director of the THI. How many titles is this guy going to have? So I'd like to recognize the AHEPA Supreme Lodge. Anybody that's here from the AHEPA Supreme Lodge, please stand. Come on, don't be shy. Brother Manny Constance, the President of AHEPA Canada. Thank you all for being here. Past Supreme President, Dr. John Grosomanides and Mr. George Kodiatis, Esquire. Past Daughters Grand Presidents, Mary Filou, Demi Thomas. Grand Vice President of the Daughters, Antoinette Zachariadis. We have some very important U.S. Congress members here today. I'm not going to name them all, but I want to thank you all for being here. This is what this banquet is about. And I'd also like to thank, lastly, our Rhode Island State Senator, Brother Leonidas Raptakis. He's the guy who's always in the forefront. And he also established the AHEPA license plate in Rhode Island. So he gets A+ for that. Now it's my distinct honor to introduce our Master of Ceremonies. Our AHEPA brother, Mr. John Manos, was born in Rethymno, Crete. We just came from there, John. We had a great time. He emigrated to the United States with his family in 1967. He settled in Chicago. He earned a Bachelor of Architecture from the University of Illinois in 1984, began his career as a practicing architect. He later transitioned into the construction industry, launching a design-build firm with his wife, Elena, who's here tonight. Thank you, Elena. Yes, happy name day to all the Costas, Constantines, Gusses, Lena, Elena, Helen. Χρόνια πολλά to all. Returning to Chicago in 1994, John shifted focus to commercial real estate, finance, a field in which he would thrive. Since 1998, he has served as president of Bank Financial, Illinois' largest thrift with national reach in commercial lending. He is also involved in his family's real estate business and co-founded a grocery chain specializing in imported Greek products. Can you send me some stuff? Okay. Deeply engaged in civic and community life, which I know firsthand because of his Archon work, John has held leadership roles in several Greek American organizations, including president of the Pancretan Association of America and the United Hellenic Voters of America. He is an Archon, a brother Archon, of the Ecumenical Patriarchate. He is a regional commander for the Archons of the Metropolis of Chicago and a member of the Leadership 100 Endowment Fund. John's philanthropic efforts include delivering medical aid to Greece and establishing the PAA mentorship program to support Greek American youth in education and careers. Among his many honors are the Ellis Island Medal of Honor, the Greek American Hall of Fame, induction and recognition by both the Ecumenical Patriarch and the Archbishop of Crete. He resides in Bloomington, Illinois with Elena, his beautiful wife. They have 3 children, Patricia, George, and Eleni, and a granddaughter, Spiridula. Please join me in welcoming our brother, John Manos. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Nico, for the kind introduction and for all of your hard work and dedication to our amazing organization. A hand for Brother Nico, please. Your Grace, Mr. Supreme President, Reverend Fathers, Your Excellencies, dear brothers and sisters, distinguished guests, and honored attendees, Christos Anesti. And let me also say, Χρόνια πολλά today to all the Konstantinos and Elenes, and I have to say that because not only is my mother Eleni, my daughter Eleni, 2 granddaughters Eleni, and then my one and only, of course, amazing wife Elena. So, Χρόνια πολλά to all those that celebrate today. And if I go a little into the Cretan part of it, one of the Madinades says, «Πολλοί εμαζευτήκαμε απόψε στην αυλή σου, για να σου δώσουμε ευχές απόψε στη γιορτή σου. Τις πιο θερμές μου τις ευχές στέλνω για τη γιορτή σου και εύχομαι η Παναγιά να είναι πάντα μαζί σου». Good evening and welcome to the Order of AHEPA's National Banquet. What an extraordinary evening this is, a night of elegance, purpose, and celebration, set against the backdrop of a truly magnificent venue. It is a privilege to gather here with all of you as we honor the values and vision that unites us. Allow me to begin by expressing my deepest gratitude to our esteemed Supreme President, Savas Sivicos, to Basil, and to their incredible team for orchestrating such a remarkable event. Their dedication and tireless efforts have brought this evening to life in the most inspiring way. And to each and every one of you, thank you for being here. Your presence makes this night even more meaningful. We have an exceptional program ahead featuring distinguished speakers and prestigious award presentations. I am truly honored and thrilled to share this special event with you tonight. When I think of AHEPA, I think of service, humanity, and philanthropy. It reminds me of a quote by Nico Kazantzakis. True teachers are those who use themselves as bridges over which they invite their students to cross. Then, having facilitated their crossing, joyfully collapse, encouraging them to create their own bridges. AHEPA over the years has built bridges across our country and across nations from young and old to fulfill its mission, to bring people together where we can share fellowship and a fraternal bond in the spirit of brotherhood. Another Cretan Madinada says, «Εύχομαι σ' όλους πρόοδο, γαλήνη και ευτυχία και η ζωή σας να κυλά πάντα με ευκολία». All right, that's enough of the Cretan Madinadas, okay? To begin our program, I invite to the podium Christina Saavedra Mamounis, Maids of Athena Grand Secretary. This is Christina's first year serving on the Grand Lodge. This has been a rewarding experience for her. She joined her local Maids of Athena chapter at the age of 16 years old. She is inspired not only by her fellow sisters, but also by all the wonderful and meaningful opportunities that the organization provides to young women across its domain. Christina?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Christina Saavedra Mamounis, and I am honored to be this year's Grand Secretary of the Maids of Athena. It's an honor to speak on behalf of the Maids of Athena Grand Lodge tonight. As a member of this beautiful Hellenic family, AHEPA, Daughters of Penelope, Sons of Pericles, and Maids of Athena, we are all part of something much larger than ourselves. Hellenism teaches us the powers of philotimo, of standing for what's right, of service, and of pride in our roots. But more than that, it teaches us that we thrive when we stand together as a family. The values we uphold, education, community, philanthropy, and faith, doesn't exist in isolation. They are made stronger through collaboration, through mentorship programs across generations, and through a shared commitment to something greater than ourselves. When we work together as one unified Hellenic body, we don't just preserve our heritage, we amplify it. We make space for the next generation to lead while honoring those who paved the way. Tonight isn't just a celebration of what we've done, it's a reminder that we can achieve when we act as one. Because in this family, we don't just support each other, we elevate each other. On behalf of the Maids of Athena, congratulations to all of tonight's honorees. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Christina. Next, I would like to invite to the podium Alec Ikonomakis, Sons of Pericles Supreme President. Raised in Washington, D.C., Alec was initiated from his college years in Tallahassee and has remained very active in overseeing social weekends, athletic tournaments, and fundraisers for the Greek community across North America. Alec?
Good evening, everybody. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. Before I begin, I just want to shout out one person. Somebody on my Supreme Lodge had recently graduated from George Washington University. It's my Supreme Secretary, George Kalivas. If you could stand up, please. For those of you who may not know, the Sons of Pericles are a junior order of AHEPA. That is, we're kind of a feeder program into AHEPA. I have had the absolute pleasure of leading this organization for 2 years and serving in the lodge for about 5 years, promoting the tenets of heritage, service, and brotherhood. I can tell you it's been one of the most enriching experiences of my life. For those who have considered being a part of the AHEPA family, I wholeheartedly encourage it. In fact, recently in my travels, I had actually met a couple from the Michigan chapters in District 10. For those gentlemen, thank you for the amazing hospitality that you gave me this past weekend. Well, I come to you here just to tell you about one thing about the Sons of Pericles. As of right now, we turn 99 years old. We turn 99 on February 3rd, 2025. So beginning of February 3rd, 2026, we'll be celebrating our centennial. And I think that's cause for celebration. There aren't many organizations that keep a lasting impact on their generations. But if there's one thing I've noticed in my whole travels, it's that no matter who I meet, I always have family there. Especially with the Sons. For the past 100 years, we've had Supreme Presidents, we've had famous dignitaries. For example, Nick Theodore from South Carolina. He was a lieutenant governor of South Carolina and happened to be a Supreme President in 1954-55 and is at 96 years old. I've had the pleasure of interviewing these individuals, and one thing that I can share with you that I have in my heart as well is no matter how difficult the position of the Sons of Pericles Supreme President may be, maybe you're getting married, maybe you were in college, maybe you're starting your career, it's an experience you don't want to take away from yourself. It's always going to stay with you and you'll never want to change it. So with that being said, I just want to announce that for our centennial, we'll be going back to the origin chapter where we began, which will be in Manchester, New Hampshire. And we invite everybody here to attend. It'll be January 30th to February 1st weekend. And we hope to see you all there. Additionally, we'll be selling these beautiful pins that we have right here for $20 each, going towards our fundraising goal of having a Sons of Pericles exhibit to be memorialized in Manchester, New Hampshire to show the impact that our organization has made on not just that city, but this country. And to all the honorees that are here, I want to thank you personally for being the voice that helps carry the Greek community, for having us be heard, for fighting for us. With all that said, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm always happy to have everyone in D.C.
Very nice, Alec. Thank you. At this time, I would like to invite to the podium Her Excellency, Ekaterini Nasika, Ambassador of the Hellenic Republic to the United States, for her comments.
Thank you very much. Your Grace, distinguished members of Congress, dear friend Evangelos Sava, Ambassador of Cyprus, dear friends of AHEPA, it is a true privilege to join you this evening at the 2025 National Banquet of AHEPA, an institution that for over a century has championed Greek ideals, fostered community, and strengthened the bonds between Greece and the United States. Tonight, we not only celebrate our shared heritage and enduring friendship, but also honor individuals whose achievements and service embody the values we hold dear. To each honoree, your excellence and devotion to the Greek spirit inspire us all. On behalf of the people and the government of Greece, I extend my heartfelt congratulations and wish you a long and productive career in your chosen path. All of us at the Embassy of Greece, and I have almost all my colleagues here present tonight, we look forward to working with you for the common good of both Greece and the United States, considering that our nations share the same goals and aspirations. This evening is a powerful reminder of the strength of the Greek-American community, which serves as a lasting bridge between our two nations. The relationship between Greece and the United States is more than a diplomatic alliance. It is a partnership rooted in shared values, mutual respect, and a history of standing together for democracy, freedom, and stability. Today, we are proud to enjoy the highest level of bilateral relations in our history. Our multifaceted partnership spans trade, energy, investment, technology, security, tourism, education, and culture. And I noticed on your leaflet tonight that education and scholarships figure there strongly. So this partnership enjoys strong bipartisan support in both countries. Greece is a pillar of stability in a volatile region and a trusted US and NATO ally, actively contributing to regional and transatlantic security. And in face of the ongoing crisis in Ukraine and the Middle East, Greek military facilities have proven indispensable for the United States and NATO operations. Our energy cooperation is equally robust. Greece is reinforcing its role as a key energy hub through partnerships with ExxonMobil and Chevron, and American LNG is vital to our energy security. Greece is also emerging as a crucial link in the India-Middle East-Europe economic corridor, a visionary initiative supported by the United States. With reliable infrastructure and strategic ports, Greece is a gateway between continents. Our collaboration through the 3+1 framework, Greece, Cyprus, Israel, and the United States, continues to foster regional stability and cooperation. Most importantly, it is the people, students, entrepreneurs, artists, and families who keep our connection vibrant. The Greek-American community has enriched American society and played a vital role in strengthening this alliance. Dear friends, Greece and the United States have a unique opportunity to deepen our cooperation even further. By building on our shared values and strong people-to-people ties, we can help shape a more stable, prosperous, and peaceful world. Congratulations again to tonight's honorees, And heartfelt thanks to AHEPA for strengthening the ties between our two nations. Thank you very much. Congratulations. All the best for a new year for the AHEPANs.
I would now like to invite to the podium His Excellency Evangelos Sava, Ambassador of the Republic of Cyprus to the United States, for his comments.
So, good evening, everybody. I see again a very vibrant and big crowd has gathered for this year's AHEPA Banquet, which is a tribute to all the people of all the AHEPANs. I want to say a big shout out to Sava Tsivigos, who happens to be my compatriot as well. So thank you, Savas, for everything. And to everybody else who's made this evening possible. The great thing about coming on this podium right after my good friend and excellent colleague, Katerina Natsika, is that I can say I echo everything she said and move on. So I do echo everything she said, but let me also say very quickly a couple of things in order of, not particular order of priority, but at any rate, remind everybody that in a month and a half, we will be marking once again a very sad occasion, the 51st anniversary of the Turkish invasion of Cyprus and the continued occupation of 1/3 of the country at a time when very correctly we all say that Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity ought to be respected. Let us keep in mind that the first instance in Europe of a military operation against a European country happened in '74, and the world turned a blind eye. We should keep it on our radar and continue to fight for freedom and justice for Cyprus. Also, a very brief second point to say that also for me, it's a particular honor to be serving as ambassador here in this great country at a time when the relationship has never been better, has never been stronger, and we have such a big bilateral agenda with the United States that I complain I don't have enough staff in the embassy to be able to cover it all. But we do our very best. Congratulations to everybody who is going to be receiving awards tonight. Special tribute to all the members of Congress, new and old, and also a very big congratulations. It's a great honor that tonight we recognize Michael Rubin, Dr. Rubin, my good friend Michael, who has been doing a great job in Washington promoting the proper response to all the issues that we care about. Enjoy your dinner. Thank you.
So with that, let's go ahead and take a break, enjoy our dinner, and we'll be back with the awards presentation. Καλή όρεξη. Bon appetit. We'll go ahead and continue with our program. How was dinner? Wasn't dinner amazing? Please take your seats. All right, I'm going to invite our next speaker up here in just a minute. We'll take one more picture and then we'll go ahead and get everybody to sit down, please. Wonderful. Well, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you a dynamic leader and a powerful voice in the United States House of Representatives. Representing New York's 11th Congressional District, she's a member of the powerful House Committee on Ways and Means and has championed American values. Can I ask you to please sit down? Thank you. She's a member of the powerful House Committee on Ways and Means and has championed American values abroad, supported allies like Greece, Cyprus, and Israel, and has opposed authoritarian regimes and influence throughout her career. Please join me in warmly welcoming to the podium United States Congresswoman Nicole Maliotakis.
Good evening, Kalispera Sas. Thank you very much. How many people are here from New York? Oh, so I got a pretty good round of applause for only a small group being from New York. That's pretty good. All right, well, it's great to be here with all of you. Thank you very much for coming to Washington to visit us during this very exciting time. I want to thank my good friend, our chairman, Nick Karakostas, for the great work he's doing in leading this organization. And I want to congratulate my colleagues who are honorees tonight. We're very fortunate to have two new Greek Republicans who have joined us in Congress, Mike Karadopoulos and Jimmy Patronis, good friends. And I don't know, Ryan McKenzie-Lopoulos, what's your name? So Ryan McKenzie, another great member from the great state of Pennsylvania. And we congratulate also Maggie Goodlander, who's being honored this evening, along with Lieutenant Governor Stavros Anthony, and then General Andrew Pappas. Dr. Michael Rubin as well. It is so great to be here with all of you, and actually, I just returned from Greece, where we were joined by AHEPA. We took a group of members from Congress to Greece to learn more about the dynamics that are currently taking place in the Aegean and Mediterranean and in the region. And Greece is playing such an instrumental role right now in the defense. They've upped their game. They are investing more in their own defense, and in the same respect, they're investing in the defense of Europe and in the entire region, and have really become a pillar and a leader in the area. And we should all be very proud of that as Greek Americans. And I will say that I thought it was incredibly important. It was a very important trip for many reasons, but one is for them to understand the threats that are posed to Greece, which is not only a threat to Greece, but is a threat to Europe, and is a threat to then the United States of America. We are strategic partners. We have a very strong alliance going back to the founding of our nations, very strong military, security, economic partners. We share values, freedom, liberty, democracy, and Greece's success is also United States' success. And that is something we need to educate our colleagues about, because too often when we see a NATO ally who acts as an adversary, we'll be very clear talking about Turkey, NATO ally that often acts as an adversary, undermining our counter-ISIS efforts, supporting and providing refuge to Hamas. We can go down the list of the different things that they have done, aligning itself with Putin, aligning itself with Iran. These are not things you would expect from a NATO ally. And so it's important that our colleagues in Congress understand this dynamic and why many of us were very opposed to military equipment and jets being sold to Turkey for this very reason, because of the aggression we've seen them conducting in that region, the illegal overflights above the Greek islands, the fact that they claim Greek islands as their own, and the history revisionism that comes with that. And so I thought it was a very beneficial trip, and I thank AHEPA for being a very important partner in this education process, and we must continue that. And that's why you're all here in Washington, to hopefully speak with your members of Congress to explain this important dynamic, and that it's much more complicated than it seems. And so thank you very much for being here. I wanted to come by and just say a few words. And I congratulate again my colleagues, and we're happy to have some new friends in the fight here. So enjoy the rest of your dinner, and thank you very much for having me. And I want to thank our great ambassador as well, who's done a wonderful job and has become a good friend. We very much appreciate you.
Thank you, Congresswoman. I'd also like to recognize with us this evening, we have a AHEPA brother, federal judge, Tom Varland, United States federal judge. So, Your Honor, thank you for being with us this evening. All right, I would like to invite to the podium next, Margaret Dritsas, Daughters of Penelope, Grand President. Margaret is a proud member of Efrosini chapter in Ottawa, Canada, since 2003. She has served the chapter there in several positions, as well as co-chairing the 2012 Parliamentary Banquet. She has also served as legal advisor and board member, along with a robust list of community service opportunities. Her theme, Empowered Together, reflects her belief that empowered women empower communities and that our strength lies in our togetherness.
Thank you, John. Your Grace, distinguished guests, esteemed honorees, brothers, sisters, family, and friends, Christos Anesti. Before I begin, I would like to recognize all of the women who came before me and who represented our sisterhood and our family with so much grace and dignity, showed us how to come to where we are today, and I'd like to ask you to stand when I recognize you. Past Grand President, Sister Mary Filou. Past Grand President, Sister Anna Helene Chrysomanidis. Past Grand President, Sister Demi Thomas. Past Grand Governor, Sister Kathy Mitrakis. Grand Vice President, Sister Antoinette Marusi Zachariadis. Our Executive Director, Sister Elena Saviolakis. I want to start by giving all of these sisters a heartfelt thank you for doing so much work in bringing us to where we are today. We stand on your hard work. And together as an AHEPA family, we are united. And it's not by numbers, it's our unity that gives us our strength. So I want to thank all our brothers, past Supreme Presidents, our current Supreme President, our Executive Director, Basil, everybody on the Supreme Lodge, everyone who has done something and continues to serve this wonderful family. I'd also like to give you a heartfelt congratulations to our honorees on behalf of all of the Daughters of Penelope internationally. Thank you for your civic duty. Thank you for your leadership and for working so hard so that our voice can be heard, so that Hellenism can be heard in the walls of Congress and in every congressman's and senator's office. Everybody knows what we stand for, what our issues are, and tomorrow when we go up to Capitol Hill, our voice will be heard. And our responsibility, tomorrow we will exercise one of our biggest responsibilities, our civic duty. So I thank you, I congratulate you, and I wish you a good evening.
Thank you, Madam President. Brothers and sisters, it's now time to present the 2025 AHEPA Public Service Awards. To present our first award, it's my great pleasure and distinct honor to introduce a dedicated public servant who has tirelessly represented the people of Florida's 12th congressional district since 2007. He has authored over 75 bills that have been signed into law since 2015. He has recently been designated as the most effective Republican lawmaker in the state of Florida by the Center of Effective Lawmaking at Vanderbilt University. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to United States Senator Congressman Gus Bilirakis.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate all of y'all. Christos Anesti. Yeah. Your Grace. Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ. Thank you, thank you. Mike Emanuel, the true journalist that does an outstanding job. Is Herodopoulos? Okay, all right, very good. Yeah, I asked who I should introduce. But these are, first of all, this guy is the best, okay? Mike Emanuel, he's the last true journalist. And I tell him all the time, he's the #1 Greek Orthodox Christian. I know I'm going to get in trouble in the region because it's true. And he doesn't do anything for fanfare. And he never took any shortcuts. He told us one time, they asked him, when he got an award in New York City from the Hellenic Times, they asked him, and nothing wrong with being Spanish, but they asked him, well, why don't you change your name? Because you have a better chance of having a Spanish name. He said, no way. I'm a Greek American, and I'm an Orthodox Christian. And that's character, man. That's character. Okay, and I know what I'm supposed to do, but he said, Χρόνια πολλά, and for all the Kostadinos and Elenis. Last year in Congress, forgive me, Your Grace, but last year in Congress, I was here for my name day, and I said, you know what, I know you're supposed to give something for your name day, and I couldn't open up my house because I was in Washington, D.C., so I had a bottle of ouzo, and I always have ouzo in my office. I don't actually drink it a lot, but the thing is I can't take it down with me on the airplane, so I have it for the people that want to. I actually had some ouzo with the Patriarch of Jerusalem not long ago. So in any case, I had a bottle of ouzo, so I went around the Rayburn building with a bottle of ouzo, and I had a shot glass, 2 shot glasses, one for me and one from the member of Congress. And I didn't do it just for Republicans, Democrats too. And of course, I got drunk because I had like 20 shots of ouzo. But everyone loved it because they had a shot with me, and that's how you form friendships, relationships. We have that's how I get my bills passed in Washington D.C. It's usually with baklava, but it worked this time with the ouzo. That's why I'm the most effective member of Congress. So, folks, I better do what I'm supposed to do. But before I do that, I want to introduce my sons. Michali, my first son, ο πρώτος γιος, παντρεύεται στην Ελλάδα, θα πάρει Ελληνίδα. Yeah, and you're all invited to the wedding, right, Michael? The end of June. He's getting married in Naflion. So I'm very, very proud of him, yeah. Και ο δεύτερος, ο Νικόλας, and it's wonderful to have your kids here. And I know Jimmy had his kids here today. We went to the White House, and Mike was with us as well. The Florida Gators, as you know, I'm a big Florida Gator fan. And they won the national championship in basketball, so we got a chance to go to the White House. And it was a wonderful experience. It really was. So. This is a great day, and I'm here with my family, the AHEPA family. You can't beat that. So, in any case, let me just introduce a friend of mine and tell you what a good friend he is and what a great legislator he is, and a true Hellene. And I've known him for many, many years. We served in the House of Representatives together. In the Florida House of Representatives. Then he went on to become president of the Florida Senate, which is a huge thing. And then he also, we thought he was gonna run for the United States Senate, but the seat was not open. But Mike has done a great job, Mike Haridopoulos. And he also worked with me in the legislature. He was in the Senate, I was in the House, and we passed a really good bill that helped a lot of kids. We formed these career academies around the state of Florida with legislation. And a lot of kids don't want to go to college, but they want to learn a trade, a vocational trade. And there's nothing wrong with that. So they would get their certificate in areas of need in the community and also get their high school diploma. If they want to go to college, they certainly can. So Mike and I worked on that, and I really think we helped a lot of kids. And of course, if you want to go to university, I mean, listen, but that's not magic. That's not magic. Not everybody wants to go. But listen, folks, the young people, we have a great reputation, us Greek Americans, and AHEPA, in my opinion, is number one. Okay, I know we have a lot of great organizations, but it all started with AHEPA, in Atlanta. What, in 1916? Okay, yeah, and I grew up in AHEPA in Tarpon Springs, Florida. I think you know that. Every Friday night, we wouldn't go to the bars or the discos or what have you. All my friends, my pareja, we would go to the AHEPA, and we had Greek music and danced, and yeah, all right, we had some drinks on the side too. Sorry, ouzo, and tsipura. So, in any case, again, Mike has done a great job, and now he's with me here in the United States Congress, and it's really wonderful to have Mike here and to have Jimmy here, my brother. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to introduce you, Jimmy, but this guy is amazing. He has a great family. They've been in North Florida for many, many years. They founded the church in 1973, and they also built the local elementary school as well. So just wonderful, wonderful people. Jimmy had served in the House of Representatives, and then he went on to become a statewide office holder. He was a CFO, and we're doing pretty darn good in Florida, right? It's the free state. And Jimmy was in charge of all the finances, so he did such a great job. And then the opportunity came, and he ran for Congress. And I'm telling you, it's like a cafeño on the floor of the House of Representatives now. We have a great time. I'm going to get my Coboloy out, and because I'm 62 years old now, so I qualify. But again, Mike and Jimmy, and of course Nicole our Bubulina does a wonderful job as well. So without further ado, because I know the Talonas Curazo, and I know we still have votes going on the floor of the House, without further ado, I want to introduce you to my good friend, Mike Haridopoulos. Okay, I'll do Jimmy after. Okay.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, my friend.
Man.
God bless you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
We'll do that first? Okay. Guys, we'll do the presentation, then I'll talk.
Okay, sounds good.
I think I'm right there. We're all friends here.
Axios!
Well, thank you very much. The great news, I didn't have to worry if you're going to spell my name right. This is a real victory in our world. But I want to say first, Gus is up here. Isn't he amazing? He really is amazing. And he is our leader in the United States Congress, and he is a man of conviction. He is so dedicated, not just to the Greek community, but to the American dream. And it is a wonder and a joy to serve every day with him. He is a principled person who always puts his country first. And in this political environment, which is so ugly and nasty, Isn't it wonderful to have a godly man like Gus Bilirakis in the United States Congress? And the other thing that really inspired me tonight, Alec and Christina, you give us inspiration. You are our future. And we know that America's future is bright because of people like yourself. You came up here and knocked it out of the park. I really appreciate that. Congratulations to you. And in my world, if you've had the pleasure of meeting my wife, she is a medical doctor, and more recently, she is, of course, the Chief of Staff to our United States Surgeon General. And as I'll ask her to briefly stand up, honey, if you don't mind standing up. I've noticed increasingly people go to me, oh, I know you. You're Stephanie Herodopoulos' husband. So that's the reality of my new world here. But it is an honor and a thrill to be here. And I think it's great. We got Maliatakis, we got Patronus, we got Bilirakis, we got Herodopoulos, and we have Mackenzie here too. So, hey, Ryan, you're doing a great job, my friend. And I'll tell you what, and the Republicans that are in to be a little bit partisan tonight, Ryan is probably the most endangered species in the Republican group that we're working with. I hope you get to know him even better. He has been a real godsend to the Greek community in the state of Pennsylvania. Thank you, Ryan, for what you do every day. God bless you. And my dad, who was not even born in this country, he had a great saying for me. He said, Michael, long last name, short speeches, long political career. And I will honor his memory today and just say something very briefly. I am a former United States history professor at the University of Florida, so I was quite happy today the Gators are at the White House. But in all candor, this is the greatest nation the world has ever created. We are so blessed to be Americans with an amazing heritage we have. But it really says a lot about this nation that a son of a person who was born in Athens, Greece, has the opportunity to first lead the Senate in Florida and now serve the United States House of Representatives. It still gives me goosebumps when I walk up to the Capitol each morning. And I know the responsibility that we have been given to be a part of this American experiment. And remember, it is that. There is no guarantees just because we have the red, white, and blue on our sleeve that tomorrow is going to be as bright as our past. It is on our shoulders to stand up for those people who came before us, who gave this incredible opportunity for us, this freedom that we should never take for granted. And so when you give me an award like this, it goes to my heart because you are giving me this incredible honor and responsibility to fill big shoes like Gus and his father, Michael, before him. Thank you so much for this honor. I will not forget it, and I can't wait to serve you into the future. Thank you so much.
I got one more. I can introduce my buddy Jimmy, but before I do that, I want to say something. Folks, I just appreciate all you've done for all of us. And some of my best friends are in this room. Basil and Nico have been so good to my family. And I'm not talking about political contributions. As you know, a lot of times y'all have to approach me to ask to do a fundraiser for me. And I always say, no, I'm okay, don't worry about it. But you go through with it anyway. But I'm talking about just friendships and helping my family. Savas is such an outstanding individual. Oh, Nandos, Ricamendo, Nandos. And we're gonna present him with a Cypriot flag. And we're going to fly it next year here next to our Greek flag. So, yeah, this guy's amazing, man. Really an incredible person. He does such an outstanding job. But thanks for what you do, and thanks for helping each other. And then also, thanks for helping our folks back home in Elada and Kipro. We never forget our folks back home. And because you advocate on behalf of those two beautiful countries, and above all, the greatest country on the face of the earth, the United States of America, who has given us the opportunity to succeed. But because of AHEPA, we've retained our culture, our customs, our traditions, of course. Our papadas did it for so many years, 400 years under Ottoman rule, and our papadas retained our language, the secret schools, Fegaraki Mulabro. Well, it's true, it's true. And then here in the United States, AHEPA and our ecclesias, we retain our thriskia, which is the most important thing. So, Theos Mazisas, and I am going to introduce my buddy, who's my fellow Dodecanese. He is from Patmos. His family is from Patmos, and you know Patmos is a pretty special place. The book of Revelations, if you haven't been to Patmos, you haven't lived. It's an outstanding place. But these people here in North Florida have retained they don't have as many Greeks as I do in Tarpon Springs in the Tampa Bay area, but they've retained their customs, their traditions, and more importantly, their thriskia. And you know, politics is our blood. So folks, I want y'all to encourage, I can't do this forever, okay? Yerasa. I may not look like it, but I'm like 85 years old inside. So it's true. Yeah. But in any case, we have to have young people to take our place. Mike's going to do a great job, Nicole, and Jimmy's already done an outstanding job, and we think the world of him. So without further ado, my good friend, Jimmy Patronis.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very loud round of applause for this special award to the newest member. He was just elected April 1st.
Right, no joke.
Congratulations, Jimmy. We're very proud of you.
Y'all take one together.
Okay. Kalispera. Your Grace, thank you. Members of the AHEPA, thank you for this honor. And I can't say enough thank yous to both Mike and Gus. They have embraced me. When you come in a special election, there's a very large learning curve. And both of their offices have really made me feel like family. And it's so nice to be able to have the relationships from Florida, and then you come up here and you get to hit the ground running. And Mike's office has really put our office together. It's so funny, Gus and I are the only two Greeks that actually speak Greek still in the chamber. So we get to talk about everybody. So, and we have a lot of fun. And everybody thinks we're saying nice things about them, we're actually insulting them. And, but I'm Gus says, Gus says he's the oldest. He's age 62. I'm 53. Mike, are you what, 50, 51, 50, 25? But Mike's got the most beautiful hair of anybody in the entire chamber. It's gorgeous. I wish I had his hair. And his wife. I told Mike, I said, Mike, your wife is going to become more famous than you are. And we're so excited for Stephanie and her leadership and working with President Trump. But really, one quick story. So Senator Scott he's like a father to me. We're very close. And my Uncle Johnny, God rest his soul, we lost him this past summer. He was 94 years old. So he calls me earlier this year. And he says, he goes, I want you to do something for me, even though I know you won't want to do it. I said, okay, what you want me to do? He says, I want you to have Senator Scott call me. And I said, okay. I said, well, I know my uncle. I said, tell me what you want to talk to him about. And he says, I want to call and tell him I don't want the United States to sell any F-35s to Turkey. Let me do it. So, and Senator Scott's one of these types, you call him, he answers his phone immediately. So I call him. I say, hey, I said, Uncle Johnny wants to talk to you because he wants to talk to you about F-35. So, and just like a gentleman always is, he calls Uncle Johnny directly. They talk for a half hour, and you know, maybe we moved the needle. I don't know. It was great. But you know, I get so excited. This is the first time I got to meet Mike Emanuel in person. We've talked over chat and text, and he's a lot taller in person. And but what a complete honor it is to have him reporting the facts. And I love seeing him on TV. He does such an amazing job, you know. Makes us all proud. The last thing I'm going to ask you to do is, everybody got your phones on you? I know you do. Take out your phones. I want to see you have your phones in your hand. Take your phones out. Get your phones out. Okay? And do a favor. Take a picture of us together. Make sure the sign's in it. Take a picture. Just look forward. All right.
All right.
My mother is 89 years old, and she's at home tonight, and it's also her name day. So if you don't mind, it's Eleni. So please, if you don't mind, her cell phone, I'm going to give you her number to text that photo. She'll love it. It's 850. I'll repeat it. Take the photo you just took. Her name is Helen. 850-832-6669. I'll do it again. 850-832-6669. Helen. She turns 90 in November. And so we've been trying, you know, so I mean, in here, you know, my one grandmother was born in Odessa, Russia. My other grandmother was born in Alexandria, Egypt. And my grandmothers went to school together, and mom and dad were an arranged marriage. And so my mother was raised in an Italian school on Patmos because we were occupied by the Italians during World War II. And she never met her father till she was 11. So anyway, indulge me by sending her the photo. God bless you. Seriously.
Congratulations, Congressman. You did. Well, won't that be a surprise for you? Yeah. Thank you both. To present our next award, it is my pleasure to introduce someone who has been long been a pillar of leadership and service within the AHEPA community. He has served with distinction as a past district governor for AHEPA, where he has worked tirelessly to uphold and promote the organization's core values. Please welcome to the podium past District Governor Charles McKenzie.
Thank you. It's a real honor to be here and to introduce you to my son, Ryan Makarakis. Anyway, we do have a group of people here from Pennsylvania that came here to support him. My longtime friend, Todd Larmer, and Jim Scutellis, both brothers of Lehigh Chapter 60. And we thank you for coming here and honoring Ryan and the other honorees. So thank you, Pennsylvania. Yep. Yes, Ryan has always been involved with a number of things. He's a hard worker. You could see that when he went through school, getting his degree, undergraduate from Stern School of Business, NYU, and also the hard work he put in when he got his MBA from Harvard Business School. He's very focused and determined to do the job right. And he brought that determination to the House of Representatives in Pennsylvania, where he did an outstanding job for 12 years representing the people of our district. He's done a great job there, and he's someone who always stands up and can be counted on to do the job. He's very effective, and he's always focused on serving others and doing what is right, and that has served him very well. He's been involved in AHEPA for over 20 years, almost half his life. He's been around AHEPA for his whole life, because I've been a member for 43 years. And so he knows all about AHEPA. He stepped up, became chapter president of Lehigh chapter number 60, where he served for 2 years. And he also was on our board of directors of AHEPA Housing at our AHEPA apartments, one of 91 units in the country. And so he has been involved in that. He's also, during that time, he's also stepped up and worked on fundraising for scholarships for AHEPA service dogs for warriors, the fires in Greece, and sending medical aid to Greece. And all the activities that our chapter has been involved in, Ryan has participated in. So he's been a full AHEPan and has done a wonderful job serving. He brought that service also to the House of Representatives in Pennsylvania and here now to Congress. So his determination and focus is very important. And he finds that the service that he does brings people together and changes their lives in a positive way. And so we're very proud of him. He's a proud Philhellene, and he supports all the values of AHEPA, and he loves Greek food. So he's been a great son. I'm very proud of him, and I would like to now introduce you to my son, the Honorable Ryan McKenzie.
It is my distinct and great honor to present the highest honor of AHEPA to a true, genuine Philhellene. He is 2 eyes as Greek as we are. Very proud of you, Ryan. Axios.
Axios. Todd, did you get yours? Okay.
Thank you. Well, thank you for that warm introduction from my father and a past AHEPan of the year. Thank you very much, Charles. You know, that speaks to really what AHEPA is all about, though. Family. As a Philhellene, I feel adopted into our local Greek community, and we are so grateful to have many of them joining us here this evening, and so thank you for all of the great work that you do locally. But AHEPA is an organization across this country that embodies the best of what heritage organizations can accomplish. Building bridges, engaging in critical charity work, preserving traditions, cultivating success in the next generation. It is an honor to be recognized as a Public Servant of the Year along all of you that are public servants every single day as members of AHEPA. Thank you for what all of you do. And to the greater AHEPan family, the maids, the daughters, the sons, what a tremendous organization that has such a far reach and for such a long period of time. We see that impact all across our country. We're a country that is built on those same Greek values and traditions. We're here in a city that is built in the mold of Greek architecture. The nation's founders were inspired by Greek thought. And our culture is, in many ways, marked indelibly by your Greek history. The United States and Greece share a bond that transcends contemporary politics and modern history. We're connected by what we celebrate as virtues and what motivates our spirits. That unique connection is what has allowed AHEPA to flourish and expand all across our great country. But now more than ever, with the challenges that we face in this world, we have to come together. As Greeks and Americans, as Phil-Hellenes, we all need to embody that same spirit that we talk about, the virtues and values that bring us together, to make sure that we uphold the grand mission of America, the greatest country in the world. And we do that together, united in solidarity, and I just can't thank you enough for all the work that AHEPA does to make this the most incredible place to live, to work, to raise a family, and AHEPA is such an integral part of everything we do. I want to say thank you to all of you for being here tonight, and I appreciate the recognition from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much.
Please join me in welcoming to the podium the next presenter, which is the Order of AHEPA Supreme Secretary, Dr. Zenon Christodoulou.
Thank you very much, Your Grace, honored guests, dear friends, brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's a great honor to be here and to hear all these inspirational stories, the things that we cling to when times are tough. And of all the inspirational stories, the things that I'll be thinking of, I have to say that picturing Congressman Bilirakis with a bottle of Ouzo dancing the hustle in the 70s down the streets, that's a picture I might not be able to get out of my mind. But in tough times, Congressman, that's what I'm going to think about. And those are the stories and the vision that I'll cling to. So thank you for sharing that with us. Unfortunately, our next honoree couldn't be with us today. He's in Nevada doing some important government business. But let me give a brief introduction before we have a video tribute from him. Stavros Anthony has dedicated his life to public service through law enforcement, education, and government. During his tenure, he led various divisions, including Vice and Narcotics, the Northeast Area Command, and the Transportation Safety Bureau. And I think maybe the series Breaking Bad may have been inspired by his exploits in Nevada and the Southwest. Anthony holds a BS from Wayne State University, a master's and PhD from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and is a graduate of the FBI National Academy and the University of Louisville's Southern Police Institute. In 2002, he was elected to the Nevada System of Higher Education Board of Regents. In 2009, he was elected to the Las Vegas City Council, where he served 3 terms, including 7 years as the mayor pro temp. His commitment to public service also includes appointments to the Board of Commissioners for the Commission on Accreditation of Law Enforcement Agencies, the board roles with the Goodwill in Southern Nevada, the Founders Academy of Charter Schools, and St. John's Greek Orthodox Church. Lieutenant Governor Anthony received an Award of Excellence from the Community College of Southern Nevada in 2002, where he taught as an adjunct faculty member, and Metro Exemplar Service Award in 2006. I think there's a reason why Basil asked me to introduce him. There are a lot of similarities that Lieutenant Governor and Anthony and I share. We are both Cypriot. We both have PhDs. We both taught as adjunct professors. He was a commissioner. I am a commissioner. He's an avid golfer. I'm an avid, hopeful golfer. He has 2 daughters. I have 3 daughters. He graduated from the FBI school. I've been wanted by the FBI, so I can see the many reasons why Basil thought this would be a good fit. So thank you very much for allowing me to introduce him. We don't have him here tonight, so Savas, you don't need to be up here to give the award, but we do have a video that we'll be happy to share with you. Thank you all for joining us tonight. It's a great pleasure to be with you. Thank you all.
Good evening. My name is Stavros Anthony, and I am absolutely honored and humbled to be the 2025 AHEPA Public Service Awardee this evening. Thank you very much. And I also want to thank the American Hellenic Educational Progressive Association for what they do to promote Hellenic ideals. AHEPA is the premier organization in the United States pursuing education, civic responsibility, and family, not only in the Greek community, but throughout the United States. My parents immigrated to the United States in the 1950s from Cyprus. They ended up getting married in the United States. My dad, who had no skills and no education, started out as a short order cook and ended up being the executive chef for the Grosse Pointe Yacht Club in Detroit, Michigan, which is where I grew up, which is one of the premier country clubs in the United States. My mom made sure that we grew up in a Hellenic community and a Hellenic family with myself and my two sisters. I ended up being the first to graduate from college in my family and ended up pursuing a career in public service, whether it was 29 years with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department or currently being honored to serve the great state of Nevada as Lieutenant Governor, and all the public service that I committed in between those years. I apologize for not being with you tonight in Washington, D.C. to accept this award, but as Lieutenant Governor, I am the President of the Senate, and every day I run the floor sessions during our legislative session, which ends June 3rd. So I was not able to leave Carson City, Nevada to be with you. But again, I am honored to receive this award. As a young kid who didn't speak English when I started school, I only spoke Greek, and to receive this award is an absolutely honor for me. So thank you. God bless all of you. God bless our Greek community here in United States, represented by AHEPA, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Axios. We had a opportunity to meet Lieutenant Governor Stavros Anthony. We were here back in January and had an opportunity to sit and have a cup of coffee with him, and certainly a very great Hellene that supports all of our Greek American values. So thank you for that. Our next award is the 2025 Military Medal of Honor. Our presenter for this award is a distinguished military leader, a dedicated public servant, and proud member of the Hellenic American community. He has served our nation with honor and distinction while exemplifying the highest values of leadership, duty, and patriotism throughout his military career. Tonight, we are privileged to have him with us to present this year's special award. Please join me in warmly welcoming Lieutenant Colonel Praxitelis Vamvakias.
Great. Excellent. Thank you. Good evening. First and foremost, I would like to recognize and honor all the military personnel, both past and present, from every country currently represented here tonight. Would you please rise? Thank you for your great service. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank AHEPA for hosting this great event and to introduce General Andrew Pappas. As you may or may not know, AHEPA has a proud tradition of supporting our nation and the armed forces. Since 1926, the Supreme President of AHEPA has laid a wreath annually at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. And AHEPans have also laid over 600 wreaths on every Memorial Day weekend for Greek Americans who are laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery. My own family, my father, Colonel Nick Vamvakias, is the chairman of the AHEPA Veterans Committee, and we are proud AHEPans. And I'm thankful to the AHEPA for everything AHEPA does. So we Greeks understand courage and sacrifice. Our fellow Greek American General Andrew Pappas, the current commander of Forces Command, which is in charge of all U.S. Army forces in the United States, whom I count as a friend and mentor, is a real-life Spartan warrior. We served together in the 3rd Brigade of the 82nd Airborne Division during the surge in Iraq for a 15-month deployment. He led the 3rd Battalion 505th Parachute Infantry Regiment, which later became known as the 5th Squadron 73rd Cavalry Regiment, also known as Task Force 300. He led them through some of the toughest fighting. He led them through some of the toughest fighting in the Diyala province. His unit earned a Presidential Unit Citation, which is awarded excuse me, for extraordinary heroism in action against an armed enemy. General Pappas has inculcated the Spartan warrior spirit and ethos in every unit he has led since his commissioning at West Point as a young lieutenant. This comes as no surprise to me, as his father, George, who's from Patras, fought with the Greek resistance against the Nazi occupation in World War II. As the highest-ranking Greek American in the United States Army ever, General Pappas is the right warrior leader, statesman, soldier to continue to lead our Army into the unknown future. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to present to you a good friend, colleague, and an amazing leader, General Pappas.
Friends and guests at the National Banquet, greetings from sunny Fort Bragg in North Carolina. Now around the Army, we call this place the center of the universe because it draws you in and it keeps you in its orbit. Now that's certainly the case for me this week. I could not break away to join you in DC, and I'm sorry for that. But I want to thank you for inviting me to join with so many distinguished guests. Your Military Medal of Honor is a remarkable and humbling recognition. Thank you. And it's a solemn reminder of my commitment to the nation, to my fellow soldiers and Army families, and to the American and Greek values that my parents instilled in me. As you're well aware, both my mom and dad came from proud Greek families who immigrated to the United States. And they raised my siblings and I to be active members of society, to challenge ourselves, and most important, to work hard and earn everything that we hope to achieve in life. And I believe I'm speaking to a room full of people who believe the same. So thank you for carrying our values forward. And I'll tell you, it's great to be introduced by my dear friend and my brother-in-arms, Praxitelis Vamvakis. Now, Nick and I deployed together into the cauldron of combat back in 2006. It was a formative time for our soldiers and ourselves. And it's great to see him continue to serve the veterans today with all of you. Now, I know AHEPA's mission statement includes Hellenic ideals like education and philanthropy, and those matter a great deal. But I'm glad Nick is here because he embodies another Hellenic value that shaped us as soldiers, and that's that warrior ethos of ancient Sparta. Their formations possessed a deep mission focus, tough, relentless fighting spirit, never quit, never surrender, and an unwavering commitment to those within your phalanx. Those ideals inspired Nick and I while we fought together in Iraq, and they guide the formations in the Army today. In fact, we've adopted the imagery of the Spartan warrior here at Army Forces Command. Now, perhaps you can see here, this muscle-bound soldier on this coin, it's Nick, complete with a sword his 8-pack, and a lion cloth that he brought himself. But it's really about the war-fighting mindset, that we never leave a fallen comrade, and that we'll either return from battle with our shield or on it. In your own way, each of you are doing your part to lift veterans up and serve others within the phalanx. So I want to thank you for doing your part and for bringing the best of Hellenic culture into our American culture. Thank you for your service, thank you for your leadership, and thank you very much for this recognition. Itan y epitas.
International Relations. This special award this evening is being presented by our Supreme President of the Order of AHEPA, Savat Civicos. President Civicos.
I think this young man, even though from Chicago, deserves a very, very loud and warm round of applause. Thank you, John. Well, it isn't often you get the opportunity to introduce and honor a legend. And Dr. Michael Rubin, in my eyes, and in the eyes of so many, is a true legend. A senior fellow with two important institutions, Washington institutions, the American Enterprise Institute and the Middle East Forum, has made a name for himself because during these days where journalism has been compromised in so many different ways and corrupted, I must say, there are certain individuals that rise above the occasion. He is a researcher, he is an author, a writer, a professor, but most importantly, a great analyst and an independent journalist. And Mike Emanuel will appreciate this. I've been following this individual for many years, and I have reposted many of his articles because I was fascinated by their accuracy. Being an analyst these days, my friend, is not an easy thing, especially when you inject your personal political affiliations into your writings, then you compromise your credibility and your integrity. Dr. Michael Rubin has been able not to do that, and especially in Washington, D.C. And this year, after many years, we have decided to bestow this honor onto this individual who made so many people proud. And you are truly a role model for many to follow. It is my distinct honor, it is my privilege, on behalf of the entire AHEPA family, an organization that outlasted time, over a century and we're still here, to be presenting to you our highest award when it comes to academy, history, international affairs, and accurate journalism. I pronounce you Axios worthy.
Thank you so much.
Bravo.
Thank you. Can I say a few words?
Of course.
Thank you so much. I stand up here with a bit of imposter syndrome, especially because what goes unmentioned are all those, some of whom are in this room, some of whom are not, who have gotten used to my 3 a.m. WhatsApps and signals. And I've gotten used to their 3:15 responses in the middle of the night in this publish or perish world. I'm a historian by training, which means I get paid to predict the past, but when I look at what's going on in the future, I guess it was Albert Einstein who said, Winston Churchill, who said the Americans always do the right thing. They just try everything else first. But we're running out of our ability to take the correct courses of actions on issues that should have such moral clarity as what's occurring on the Eastern Mediterranean without doing some serious damage into the future. I'm reminded of an old joke. Many of you know, I've been to Turkey maybe 25 times, but I only made my first trip to Greece last year. But I'm reminded as a recovering academic about a joke which a Turkish colleague told me about a Turkish professor who makes the wrong tweet, and he winds up in prison, sentenced to 20 years. And he goes into the prison library, and he says to the librarian, I have a list of books. Can I take some of these books out from the library? And the prison librarian looks them over and says, I'm so sorry. We don't have any of these books. We only have the authors. The point is, when you're facing, when you represent a liberal culture, the birthplace of democracy, it's something which everyone should value without any compromise. Once we start putting adjectives in front of the democracy which Greece bestowed upon the world, then it's no longer a democracy. It's either a democracy or not, but we don't need qualifiers in front of it. And that's why I, just in conclusion, want to thank all the activity and all the support which AHEPA has given to provide that structure upon which others of us have been able to learn and build and develop in pursuit, in my case, of what I would hope would be a moral clarity toward American interests in the region, which are tied to Greece, to Cyprus, to the 3+1, and so forth. The last point I would make is just we have so much work ahead of ourselves. Thank God that AHEPA is nearing its centenary. Let's hope that we can celebrate the centenary without having all the crises which we need to resolve, which are mounting as we speak. And I'm sorry, the last point I want to make is I don't want to give Representative McKenzie the sole credit for being the only Pennsylvanian on the podium today. So thank you. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Congratulations. It's a true blessing and a great honor at this time to invite to the podium His Grace Bishop Nectarios of the Euclea to share his remarks with us. Your Grace.
So much happening today. I don't think I'll be able to touch upon everything, but I'll stick with my remarks because it was a beautiful evening with so many honorees that you presented today with AHEPA. Congratulations to all of you. Distinguished Supreme President of the Order of AHEPA, Savas Cívicos, most honorable representatives of the United States Congress, and Chronia Pola to Gus Bilirakis as well. Your Excellency Ekaterina Nasika, Ambassador of the Hellenic Republic to the United States, Your Excellency Evangelos Sava, Ambassador to the Republic of Cyprus to the United States, most esteemed Master of Ceremonies, presenters, dignitaries, Reverend clergy, dear friends of the AHEPA family, Christos Anesti, Christ is risen. I bring to all of you the blessings and warm greetings of His Eminence, Archbishop Elpidophoros of America. He wishes that he were here, but because of the solemnities around the 17th, 100th anniversary of the First Ecumenical Council in Nicaea, he is currently overseas leading a pilgrimage to the holy sites and shrines, which bear witness to our holy Orthodox faith and the places of its origins. As National Chancellor of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese of America, I'm privileged to represent our Archbishop, and I'm delighted to be with all of you this evening. AHEPA is a vital organization for the Homogenia, and it is shown throughout its history, contemporaneous with the Archdiocese, that it is vital for the life of our parishes. Nearly every church community in the United States has an AHEPA chapter, and the very few that do not would be tremendously benefited if they did. AHEPA upholds the values and the virtues that exemplify our faith, and AHEPA continues to support and nourish Hellenism throughout the United States. The fact that we are gathered this evening with esteemed representatives of our government, as well as distinguished persons who serve in both the military and civilian roles, testifies to the meritorious work of AHEPA. Whether it is advocacy for Greece or for the just and peaceful resolution to the illegal occupation of Cyprus, or the rights of our ecumenical patriarchate, AHEPA pursues the righteous causes for which the Homogenia cares deeply. We know how patriotic Greek Americans are and how much they love this great country of ours. From the oldest democracy in the world to the greatest, Hellenes have journeyed through space and time to partake of the great benefits and rewards of freedom. Tonight, at this national banquet, we all reaffirm our pledge to support and defend our values, our motherlands, our church and our patriarchate, and our American homeland. This is the core of AHEPA, and on behalf of His Eminence Archbishop Epidophoros, I extend congratulations and thanks to all. Thank you, and may the Lord bless AHEPA. Christos Anesti.
Thank you, Your Grace. Finally, brothers and sisters, distinguished guests and honored attendees, we close with a response from our Supreme President. A distinguished visionary and unwavering champion of Hellenic civic duty and philanthropy, he exemplifies the highest ideals of leadership and service. As the Supreme President of the Order of AHEPA, one of the most esteemed and venerable organizations in the world, he guides its mission with purpose and distinction. His leadership is a testament to his profound dedication to advancing education, public service, cultural preservation, and the enduring bonds of brotherhood that connect Greek Americans across generations and communities. With decades of exemplary service at every level within AHEPA, he has infused the organization with renewed vigor, principled integrity, and a forward-looking strategic vision. Please join me in warmly welcoming the Supreme President of the Order of AHEPA, Mr. Sava Tsivikos. Please stand.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad the program is coming to an end because I was about to light my cigar. You know, I lasted a few hours. Oh, I feel very relieved seeing so many of you. A room full to capacity. Next year we're going to need a bigger hotel. Nick said that I pushed very hard to have this event on an annual basis, but it wouldn't be possible without the help of a handful of individuals. Where is the guy I harass every day? Basil Mosaidis, our executive director. He is the power behind this wonderful event. Where is Stefanos, Rory, Jacqueline, Stephanie? Who else? Rory, I said Rory. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Andrew, thank you to each and every one of you for making this a great success. What can I say about tonight's honorees? You really make us very, very, very proud, especially the young Greek Americans, but most importantly, as I said, Ryan McKenzie, the great Phil Helene. We are proud of you, brother. We're proud of you. Our general, who couldn't be with us, the lieutenant governor, a fellow Pavian and a long-distance cousin, Stavros Anthony, and of course, Dr. Michael Rubin. What a pleasure to have you with us. My friends, as I look around the room, and as I recall when this organization was founded, Michael, in 1922, our young community was persecuted, marginalized, harassed, intimidated. And 8 individuals got together and they decided to fight back. And it reminds me of the poem Ithaca by Konstantin Kavafis. It's a poem about the journey, not the destination. But it starts by saying that when you embark on your journey, you will not encounter the Cyclops, τους Cyclopes, τους Lestrygonians, yes, the Lestrygonians and the Cyclops, and the angry Poseidon, you are not going to encounter on your way if you don't have them in your soul. And those 8 wise men didn't think of the difficulties establishing this organization. And here we are, 103 years later. I believe we should be very proud as a community. We have come a long way, my friends. We came twice, one step away from winning the presidency of the United States. And here we are tonight. How many young Greek Americans elected to the highest office we had with us tonight? We honored 3, 4 of them. I'm looking to my left. Who would have thought in 1922, while persecuted by KKK, that one of us would be an anchor on Fox News? Mike Emanuel. Or who will think that the honorable judge from Illinois will rise to the highest bench and be sitting here with us today? So we should feel very proud of our accomplishments, but we shall never forget, my friends, where we came from, where we started from. Because those who forget their past, they are doomed to repeat it, to relive it. So even though we have accomplished quite a bit, we have a long way to go, a long way to go. At a time when Hellenism and Orthodoxy are being attacked on a daily basis, at a time when my beloved Cyprus, 51 years later, is under brutal, barbaric Turkish occupation, we have an obligation to continue. And when we work together, όλοι μαζί, we can accomplish extraordinary things. We are not about, Madam Ambassador and my good friend, Mr. Ambassador, we are not about, and we are not ready to kneel or surrender. We will continue the fight. And the heart of Hellenism is outside Greece. And I said it, and I'm going to say it again, and hopefully the Center to Ethnico Gendro will finally get the message. When they are able, Greece and Cyprus, when they are able to take advantage of this nuclear power we have, the Greeks of diaspora, then we can expect better days. They often speak about the diaspora, but I have to tell you, after being involved for 40 years, that most of the time is just empty words, and it saddens me to say it, because there is so much power we possess. We, especially here in the United States, we have succeeded in every level. We have succeeded in every level. Only if we can harness the power. Recently, we relaunched our grassroots network. And what we envision and what we endeavor to do is establish contact teams in every state of powerful and well-connected individuals. So when we need to promote legislation, like the 2 pieces of legislation we are pushing for right now, we can reach out in every state with people that are connected and they have a personal relationship with their elected officials, so we can advance those bills. You have seen it time and time again when we all work together. And yes, every organization is proud of their mission and everything else, but it's our responsibility to work together. And yes, we, the AHEPANs, are more proud than anybody else because, as I said earlier, we outlasted time. It's 103 years ago, and AHEPA still remains the voice of the community and a bridge between the United States, Greece, and Cyprus. And we will continue to do so. We have done so much when it comes to Greece and a little bit less for Cyprus. We have built hospitals. We have repaired schools. We have built medical centers. We have done reforestations. We have provided aids. We have provided ambulances. And we never stop. But you know, Madam Ambassador, why we do it? Για την ψυχή μας. Not because we expect them bravo. But some recognition at some point of time, it wouldn't be bad. You know, it would be welcome. Αλλά στο τέλος της ημέρας είναι για τη συνείδησή μας, φίλοι μου, και για την ψυχή μας. So, όλοι μαζί συνεχίζουμε, all together, as I travel the United States, as I travel Canada, Europe, Greece and Cyprus, I see so much dynamism. I see so much encouragement. People are willing to provide their services if they feel inspired and if there is a purpose. And yes, there is a purpose. We are number one in education. We are number one in philanthropy. We are number one in civic responsibility. And that's how you make a difference, my friends. Being engaged. I say it all the time. You can only make a difference if you are involved in the political game. If you have a relationship with your elected official, with your congressman, with your senator, with your commissioner, with your assemblyman or state senator, that's how you contribute. That's how you cultivate a relationship. It doesn't happen overnight. You hear often some names and you think that they just woke up one morning and they became great Philhellenes. No, my friends, it doesn't work like that. It requires a huge investment. And this organization showed time and time again that has been, continues to, and will continue to be on the front line because of the Hellenic ideals, because we feel proud to have been born into the Hellenic heritage. And that's a great thing. As for our youth, and I'm so encouraged to see so many youngsters. You are the present and you are the future, guys and girls. We count on you. So, as we come to an end, and as my term comes to an end, let me close by paraphrasing St. Paul, Your Eminence, Your Grace, Eminence to be, Your Grace, in his last epistle to Timothy. And I say that I have been fighting the good fight, I have been running the race, and I have kept not only the faith, but the AHEPA name up very high. And I feel good that I know that I have done my utmost to advance this organization one step higher than where I found it. To my fellow executive committee officers, the Supreme Lodge, the District Lodge, the chapter presidents, I thank you for your support. I thank you for everything you do on the local level. After all, this is a grassroots organization. So let's go back to our respective states. Let's all come together tomorrow and visit more than 70, as we did last year, elected officials, congressmen and senators, and try to educate them and show them that Greece and Cyprus play a very, very important role. The 3+1 is very, very important. And Turkey does everything in its power to handicap it. You saw what happened lately with the electric interconnector. Greatly disappointed that because of the threats, the project seems to be on a standstill. It's time that we rise and send a very strong message to Turkey that we are not ready, neither to kneel nor surrender. They are, after all, Thrasidili. They are bullies, and they try to bully their way in the entire area. And unfortunately, they have managed to get away with it. Unfortunately, they question the sovereignty of the Hellenic Republic, the exclusive economic zone of both Greece and Cyprus. They continue the occupation of Cyprus without any compromise. And where is the United Nations? Where is the, I'm going to leave the epithet aside. Where is Europe, European Union? They are very, very sensitive when it comes to the invasion of Russia to Ukraine. But they forget about the invasion of Turkey and the continued occupation of a fellow European member. And where has the United States been? So we have made progress. We don't want to demolish everything, but we have a lot more to do. That's why I ask all of you to work together. Όλοι μαζί σε μια γροθιά, because the best of Hellenism is yet to come, and best AHEPA is yet to come. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I will see you tomorrow. I will see you in Orlando, and I will see you here next year. Thank you.
Such a touching presentation. Another hand, please, for our Supreme President. Please remain standing. Your Grace, please join me for the benediction.
Oh, Lord God, thank you for this wonderful evening. And as we leave today, we thank you for the honorees and for their accomplishments, for all that AHEPA has done through these decades. And we pray that you continue the good fight as you move forward, to continue these efforts and to bring always awareness in the world that we live in. May you always bless all the AHEPA family, their extended families, husbands, wives, and may always be giving you blessings. Διευχών των Αγίων Πατέρων ημών, Κύριε Ιησού Χριστέ ο Θεός, ελέησον και σώσον ημάς. Amen. God bless you. Thank you. Very well. Beautiful. Congratulations to you.
Dear brothers and sisters, as we draw this extraordinary evening to a close, I trust that tonight's Order of AHEPA National Banquet has not only left you a lasting impression, but has also deepened your pride in your shared heritage for our mission. Thank you once again for gracing us with your presence. Thank you.